10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Chinese qualifiers for Captain's Draft 4.0. We are here with our winners bracket final match between Newbee and Vici Gaming. Game 2 now underway. Newbee, they had a tough go of it, I would suppose, in the early game of that last game, and it was a little bit rough for them. They had the Alchemist. They tried to get to the late game. KP was trying to make some space, trying to make some plays, but Vici Gaming too strong. Paparazzi, no deaths on his Centaur. Ori having a great game on his Sniper as well. Really crisp, clean movement for Vici Gaming, rather. And hopefully we'll see Newbee try to even the series up at 1 apiece, get to a game 3. Of course, we're here on Moonduck. But Cameron, do you think we could see Newbee evening this series up and getting to that game 3? What do you think?
I think we easily could. I think these two teams are fairly well matched. Of course, it's Captain's Draft, so a lot is going to depend on that draft. But I think it is well within Newbee's capabilities to take the second game. And in terms of this draft, to me, I think the hero that's standing out the most is the Tide. I would not be at all surprised to see Newbee take that quite early on. I think the offlane pool in this particular pool is relatively weak. Nothing else really jumps out that much. Maybe the Enchantress is also another priority hero, potentially.
Wow, you're right. There's like nothing, pretty much. Maybe Elder Titan too, but Elder Titan offlane.
Bristle, like it's all kind of it's all somewhat situational. Tide feels like the most stable offlane, and Disruptor to me seems like maybe the most premium support in the pool as well. It's not that amazing. It's like Rubik is good, but I don't think it's actually that amazing of a hero pool for Rubik to play against.
That's fair.
Well, all right.
Newbee will try it again with Kaka's Shadow Demon. Again, another hero that Fenrir and Vici have been picking up a lot of. So clearly these Chinese teams really, really like Shadow Demon right now.
Yeah, and I think it puts a little bit of pressure on Vici. Newbee might be angling for the Luna here. SD Luna, of course, kind of a throwback strat, but definitely very powerful. And also, if Vici wanted to take the Luna for themselves, then that's now deterred a little bit more because they do have the Shadow Demon. And that matchup has turned out with the new patch to be even better for the SD, because if you happen to kill the Luna while you have the Soul Catcher on her, then you get a really long duration Luna illusion to farm for you and push out lanes. So it's a bit scary, but Vici, their selection is going to be a bunch of... This kind of looks similar to the last game in that they might just be grabbing a whole bunch of building defense. That was another big feature that maybe we didn't touch on so much in the previous lineup, but they were actually so good at holding on to their objectives between the Shaker and the Darkseer and the Sniper. And Newbee just never had any map control.
No, you're absolutely right about that. And like you mentioned earlier, too, just taking some of these offlaners away as well from Newbee, kind of limiting their choices. They'll pick up the DK for now, which probably should be in the mid lane for SCCC. What other offlaners are still available besides the Enchantress and the Bristleback? That's about it, because, of course, the Elder Titan and Tide Hunter have been taken away. And, of course, Tide, played by Young 11 a fair bit. He's pretty good at the hero. Even if he gets off to a slow start, I think this is a very strong pick for him if he's going to be playing it, which there's a good chance they will. Now Newbee will pick up the Gyrocopter, so we have Gyro, DK, 2 of our potential cores. Depends on where we see these heroes headed, but I would imagine this is going to be a Mugi Gyrocopter, potentially with a DK played by SCCC. Those are just my thoughts, but I don't know. What do you think, man? What do you think about these picks so far?
10 seconds.
I think that the angle that Newbee are going for here is just kind of run at Vici, win the early game, trying in the lanes pretty hard. Vici very clearly going for just straight up teamfight superiority if they can get it. And I'm wondering if Newbee, maybe the answer for them is going to be, maybe they pick up the Ench and then they try and run an aggro try with the SD Gyro Enchantress, and then they just grab like something like the Windrunner or the Bristle that they can just kind of put solo safe to get some farm, and then just run at buildings after that. For some reason, this Naga Siren is also stuck in my mind, but I just don't know how either team would really fit it in. Maybe KP is going to end up on Naga this game. Maybe that's going to be the Newbee strategy. They just like second to last pick Naga and just say, okay, KP, just do your thing. Win us this game on Naga Siren.
That'd be pretty hype.
Yeah, and like it kind of works for Vici's lineup as well, at least in terms of the setup, right? You're setting up for Splitter, you're setting up for Disruptor's combo. Whether or not it's a good carry this game or like a good core to have this game is another question entirely. But that Song of the Siren is looking like such a potent teamfight tool for either side this game.
For sure. And I was wondering if this was going to get picked. It's the Arc Warden for Vici Gaming. Wow. I thought this might have gotten picked by Vici.
God.
That is insane.
How do you push into this nonsense?
You don't? I don't think you can.
Arc Warden.
You got to get kills, but Arc Wardens just get to sit. So we're going to be here for about an hour and a half, guys. I hope you enjoy Arc Warden games. I know that I sure do.
On time.
True. It could be a lot worse. And this is game 2, so, you know, who knows how this is going to go for Vici, honestly. I honestly have no idea. But Arc Warden, he's still a hero. There's the enchant, just like you talked about for Newbee. So your guess looks like it was on the money. Whether or not it's played in that like solo offlane role or if it's going to be played kind of as support for Newbee, I don't know. But there's a lot of options here for this Newbee team. But again, there's the Arc Warden on the other side for Vici, though, which is really hype.
All right. KP Naga Siren me up, boys. Let's go.
All right, let's really get into the late game. Let's 90 minutes from now, this game will end, guys. Start your timer right now.
You think you know what turtling is?
Let me show you.
Let me show you the true power of Rat.
I don't want to hear that, but you know what? If they pick Naga, it would be pretty hype as well. I mean, even though the game would take about a year and a half to finish.
Yeah, I think the lane control aspect of the previous game was kind of interesting to watch when, you know, Vici were running around and everybody was cutting waves. And okay, there it is. It's just the Wind Ranger.
All right, wow, you actually called that so well. So you were saying run an aggro tri-lane with Enchantress, Shadow Demon, Gyro. You put the Wind Ranger safe lane for KP, and then you have the DK go mid. So you actually were right on the money. Really well done there.
10 seconds remaining.
Easy stuff for Cameron. He's got it on lock. Now, can you guess this 5th pick from Vici, though? Naga?
Please, no. Okay, so what are their... they're either looking for their mid or their safe lane. Could it just be Sniper again?
I don't know. Yeah, we could definitely see that. I kind of... It worked well for them.
Like Sniper or Ursa. I don't think Luna is that appealing this game.
What if they pick AM and then this game...
Maybe Wraith King, but
it's gonna be like an AM or Alk pick or something. No, it's Wraith King.
Oh, there you go. Okay, it is Wraith King.
So
it gives them some more. I think it gives them more of an opportunity to fight the tri-lane versus tri-lane potentially, which is good.
Yes, I think so too. Wraith Fire Blast to help out Paparazzi and a strong hero like the Wraith King. It is going to be a lot of support Elder Titan. So he's going for the earthen type heroes so far in this series. The Earthshaker, of course, in game 1. Elder Titan in game 2. We'll see if it's going to be successful. Fenrir on the Disruptor. It is going to be the mid Arc Warden. So getting up to those levels, he will have to play up against Moogie, or rather SCCC on the DK. It's a weird matchup, DK versus Arc Warden. I'm sure that's probably fine for Ori, though. Just Flux. Although, I think they nerfed Flux, didn't they? Didn't they change it? I can't remember now, and I have to look it up.
I think it is a little bit worse. Yeah, I still have the patch notes bookmarked.
I have to search it every time. All right, let's Arc Warden. They didn't actually change it, and it's just talents that they changed.
Changes.
Yep. So I don't know. Well, I mean, we shall see how this is going to turn out. This is the first Arc Warden game I've seen on this particular patch. I don't know if I'm sure teams have played it already, especially South America, who seem to love this hero. But Ori's going to be playing it for Vici Gaming. Young Eleven's got the backstroke going early and often, and this is going to be very interesting. So Newbee, they've got an interesting draft, but they need to get something going here. This is game 2. They are down 1-0. Vici Gaming 1 game away from the grand finals here for Captain's Draft 4, at least for the qualifiers for the Chinese region, and we will see if they can't make it there. As Moogie is going to be left alone bottom. Both teams are smoking to the opposite safe lane, and we'll see if either team can find a kill. Probably not.
Okay, so they are just gonna leave the. Oh wait, are they swapping it up here? Is KP coming down? What's the plan? He's kind of running away from top.
I think.
Okay, yeah, looks like they might be swapping it. They kind of scouted, I guess. Didn't see anybody over on the other side. Neither team. That's the weird thing about the TP scrolls now is that you don't necessarily know how teams are going to be setting their lanes just from a little bit of scouting, because they could show you one thing and then they could just TP everybody and
Exactly.
end up with a completely different laning configuration.
KP might be scouted by this ward. He walked up, and then I think he realized I can't go for this. 11 will take that rune. Ori will take the mid rune. Looks like Newbee will grab both runes for SCCC. He's going to go for a TP and a block. He has some help with Kaka doing it now. And whose block is going to be better? Looks like right now it's Vici. It's going to be close, actually. SCCC is doing really well here with his block. This might meet right in the middle of the river, actually. Just a little bit on Ori's side. So he has just a bit of a better block for now, but we'll see how much that's going to help. What will he skill up? Will he go for the Flux first? Maybe the Spark Wraith? An interesting hero. He starts out with a Wraith Band, and he's got plenty of damage, 59 auto attack damage. There's the Spark Wraith coming out, and SCCC just has to back away to secure that range creep. Meanwhile, Lanham is chasing after Kaka, making sure Kaka not able to get any creeps. Obviously, it's 45 seconds, so they're not up yet anyways, but maybe now Lanham's in trouble. Getting enchanted, they have Power Shot. Lanham still pretty tanky. Power Shot will come, and it will hit, but I don't know if they have the damage. Enchant level 1's not going to slow him down enough because he has Boots of Speed, so Lanham, he might have to go home, but he will survive for now.
Yeah, and Enchanter's not going to be able to grab a creep instantly since the Enchanter's still on cooldown. Not the best luck either, finding the Wild Wing.
Right.
And the other big camp nearby is blocked out by Vici, so they kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, Wild Wing is not the hero, or rather the creep you want in this situation. Aggressive tri-laning. You'd like to have the Satyr, I think. The Dark Troll is another good one. I'm sure I'm forgetting one or two, but Centaur Conqueror's probably not bad, but yeah. Wild Wing gives you armor, makes you a bit tanky, but don't think he's that concerned. He'll throw it up here for now. It's gonna just... He's about to do the dance of the tornado, as the Wild Wing often does. Watch this. He's setting himself in position. Come on, buddy, I believe in you.
Meanwhile, he's just farming on the cliff with his actual hero.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll stack this medium camp. We'll see. Yeah, he's going to drop the aggro now, so that he can potentially get this stack. Looks like he may have missed the timing.
Yeah, he missed the timing.
Yeah, needed to stop attacking a little bit earlier. Mid lane, pretty even. I think Dragon Knight probably going to do just fine. SCCC even went for a point in the Dragon's Blood first. Has gone for the bottle this game. It's become a little bit less common on some mid laners. I think notably like Puck and Queen of Pain seem to just not be buying bottle at all anymore.
Yep.
It's like just double null, raindrop, clarity spam, that kind of deal.
Yeah. It's gotten a lot more interesting, the mid lane meta for sure. He also has a double damage rune, so we'll be able to get a lot of easy last hits here against Ori.
Down here.
They're going to look for Young 11. Faith will just give him some harass. He's got the Soul Catcher and the Poison.
He's got the 2 points in the crack, and he's just laughing.
He's fine. Yeah, he's actually fine. He has a wand, too. Young 11's going to have a great time. He has 11 last hits, 7 denies already, whereas there's 6 for KP in the offlane, but they are going to find the enchant on Defender. Shackle Shot will latch into Lanham. Nicely done. There's going to be the Centaur Conqueror Stomp. He's in some trouble. He's going to go for the Stomp. That's first blood, KP. And Kaka getting involved. The micro was there. Great Shackle Shot to set things up for KP. So, very good start coming in for KP and at least getting that first kill in the top lane. So,
and that Shackle off the creep was sick.
Yes.
And I think very important, especially as offlane earner, that you get some farm going early on. Doesn't really have all that many CS to his name. And it is kind of, even as like mid, it feels pretty hard to farm on this hero sometimes. So definitely important that they're helping out KP. They don't need him to do a ton of damage this game because they have the Dragon Knight and the Gyrocopter, but definitely going to be nice for him to have some items, since I guess he is the kind of the secondary or maybe even primary initiator this game.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight very likely to go for an initiation item as well, just because he doesn't have anyone else to rely on. Sometimes on DK, when you've got like a really good, you've got a really good position for initiator like a Slardar, and then you've also got a really good offlane initiator like a Centaur, you can just build damage yourself, but I think this game he does need to get Shadow Blade or Blink.
Uh-oh, Faith's getting hit by 2 beefy boys. He's going to drop the Soul Catcher and the Shadow Poison. 1 auto attack, he'll get dropped down. Young 11 will get a homing missile for his treble. I don't think he's really concerned about it. Top lane, they're looking for KP. Ori is rotated up here. They've got the Wraith Fire Blast, and they'll find the kill. So 2 quick ones for Vici, and even Kaka will take a Spark Wraith for his troubles as Ori has finished his rotation. And he's just going to walk back towards mid, essentially. So SCCC will get some free time, but he's not level 6, so he can't threaten the tower with Elder Dragon Form. So that's a great rotation timing from Ori, I think, for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit lucky to find the haste, but very nice for him to go and grab that kill. He's going to be going for a Midas. I think that also goes to show part of the reason why they picked this Wraith King this game. They just wanted, you know, a little bit more strength in their tri-lane, a little bit more setup, since they are kind of lacking it between the two supports.
Yes, agreed.
So Wraith King was kind of the only answer in that regard.
I think it's also... I think just having reincarnation in this game is also pretty good against a lot of the bursts that they have, like the call down, like the Elder Dragon form and all that kind of stuff. So we will see how useful this Wraith King is going to be. He's been constantly sitting below like 50% HP in this lane because of the Wild Wing or whatever other pressure there's coming in. Speaking of Kaka, he has a Hellburst Smasher. The Tomato is coming over, and Lanham, he's on top of a ward. Lanham's about to walk up to the high ground, see the fact that Kaka's here. Here comes the Thunderclap. The Stomp will come. It'll only hit onto the creep, and now Lanham actually is in a lot of trouble. And Chance back up in 1 second. He won't die because he's already close enough to the tier 2 tower as it is. Now Ori will back himself away as well, making sure he doesn't get ganked. So gank unsuccessful for Kaka. Was spotted out nicely by Lanham, who is still kind of staying around in this position.
Paparazzi solo. KP, no
No
too
power
far away,
shot.
getting driven away by Fenrir. Won't be
Back
able-
mid, Elder Dragon form, the Stomp coming in. Ori should be fine. Drops another Spark Wraith. Gonna do some damage to this Hellburst Smasher. Gets himself to 65 gold. No Tempest double for him yet. They're even gonna get the Enchanted Siege Creep. One more auto attack. It actually goes down to the tower, unfortunately, so Ori won't get that last hit. But Kaka will D-ward this ward that was over here. He just drops the Sentry. And that'll be some extra vision denied by Newbee. So there's that.
Yeah. In the meantime, Paparazzi also dropped very low, like we said, but he's back to the lane now.
Yeah, they shrined up
in terms
for
of
it.
his build this game, I think he maybe just gets like a blade mail and just like wades into the fight and just runs at the gyrocopter and kind of makes life hard for Mugi that way.
Right. Oh.
SCCC.
He is very tanky, and the Tempest double is not going to do enough. A couple of Spark Wraiths will come out, but he's fine. Dragon Blood regen, his bottle. I mean, he's so tanky that it's just so tough to bring him down, and Ori just doesn't have enough damage, even with the Tempest double and double flux at level 3. So usually when you see that type of gank, it's successful for the... Oh, never mind. It's fine. I thought the courier was going to die. Oh, he's got the Harvey Stormcrafter. That's so annoying. Well, maybe not anymore.
Is he gonna get the crit? No, doesn't even get the crit.
Doesn't
just
need it.
Gets rid of it. He knows.
Oh.
He just saved himself a bunch of damage.
Good shackle, power shot. He's got wand charges. He's not level 6 yet. He's going to go for the TP. This is going to be close. Can he make it out in time? He had 90 HP. He was still ticking down, but he will make it back to the well in time. Very good Wraithfire Blast TP, knowing the shackle shot was on cooldown. There were no creeps there, and that is giant for him to survive. So, but he is going to be a little bit behind. Wraith King, he's actually almost tied with Mugi, which is surprising. So these safe lane farmers not having the best time for both teams.
Yeah, I actually wonder why Mugi is not that far up there.
Good question.
Looks like they might get Faith.
Yeah, he is Dunzo. Flux, Spark Wraiths aplenty, another Flux to come out from the Tempest double. And Ori will secure the kill. Stomp not needed. So Ori rotated. He wanted something to happen here, and he will make it happen, and now gets up to 1,000 gold. And in the meantime, SCCC rotates top Elder Dragon form, and KP will help put some pressure on this tier 1. He's out of mana, so he can't focus fire. They will glyph. On the other side, Paparazzi getting slowed down. Kaka couldn't quite get the bounty room from him. Oh, he's going to get it the second. Oh, Paparazzi gets both bounty rooms. He's rich. He's rich, but he might die. Homing missile coming in. This time he might not be so lucky. He's going to find a haste rune. Oh, my God. Fenrir gave it to him. There's the glimpse coming out. Now Paparazzi's going to turn onto Mugi, but they're just going to run away. Paparazzi's still trying to chase, but again, he doesn't have his level 6. He needs to be careful. But they will take the tier 1 tower top lane, and this is the push that you were looking for here from Newbee, I think. So good job from SCCC.
Yeah, I really like the way that Vici were playing. Whenever they rotated the Arc Warden away from the lane, they put both of the supports mid to kind of hold off the Dragon Knight from the tower, since that's just classic DK play, right? Oop.
It's Faith dead?
Something here.
They need another Flux. Ori's running in. He's got it. That might be the kill. Yep, another Spark Wraith. Faith is dead again. Classic playing up against an Arc Warden as a support. This is literally just every game. I feel like you get destroyed by double Flux. It's not fun.
Yeah, what can you do? There's like no counterplay. You can't run up to disrupt him because you're so slow. If you disrupt yourself, you're just setting up for more Spark Wraiths. He's very dead. Paparazzi's still only level 5.
Speaking of which, he is going to get caught. Wraithfire Blast coming in. He's close to 6. Not there yet. Breathe Fire. He's got stick charges. Getting chased down. The Ravage will save him for now. There's the Anchor Smash. A lot of damage being done, and KP's got to leave. Another Spark Wraith and Flux coming in from Ori. KP getting dropped down. Good glimpse back as well. They need a Wraithfire Blast. They won't even use it. Paparazzi finally gets level 6, and that means this is a lot harder to go for a gank, but great rotation from Young 11 again. This guy has been playing out of his mind this series.
Yeah, been playing really, really well. Knows exactly the limits of his heroes too. I think that's one of the biggest things, especially as an offlane player. And Vici, to me, the most impressive thing is just how well they are once again kind of controlling their space on the map. Sure, they lost that top tier 1 from a really nice rotation from SCCC, but Lamb's just been constantly spamming at the mid lane. The Arc Warden's going to get stronger and stronger and be even more difficult to push into as the game goes on. And sure, the Wraith King is behind, but the combination of all those stalling factors should be enough for him to kind of catch back up. And you look at his quick buy, and Paparazzi's kind of thinking along the same lines. He's like, all right, my team's got this. I'm going to just buy Midas.
He is going to have to go for a TP. It's going to be close. They need a power shot. He's just gone. They rotated 4 heroes top for this for Newbee, and there's no tier 1 to take either. This is a really big commitment from Newbee, and they're not going to find anything with it. That's a great TP from Paparazzi there. So, and you're right, too. He's like, my team is definitely just going to take this super late. We already have an Arc Warden with the Midas. He's already used it with his Tempest double. He is getting rich. He's just behind that of SCCC, but he will catch up and beat him eventually. This is pretty good. Now Moogie's going to take a double Flux Spark Wraith combination. He's actually, I think, dead, I believe. Another Spark Wraith. Ooh, it's going to be close. Good stick charges. He will survive. Tempest double cannot chase him down, so. But now they're going to turn on him. Or he's in trouble. Breathe Fire comes out, and it looks like he will drop. One more auto attack. It's the Wild Wing Tornado that gets the job done. SCCC will get glimpse back, but that's a giant kill. They will get Faith elsewhere. Bottom lane, it looks like. All right. But that's still a big kill because now mid, also they're pushing into the tier 1, but here comes the Tidehunter. Even without the Ravage, he's still really annoying and really hard to take down, but they will have a homing missile coming in. Moogie's starting to put some pressure. He has called down and level 2 Rocket Barrage, not using it yet. There's the Breathe Fire. Stick charges are available, and they're going to try to turn on this. Astral will come in just trying to harass them down. Stomp will come in just making sure the Wild Wing is dealt with as well. They lose Ori, but again, they keep that tier 1 tower mid alive, and that's the most important thing for Vici at this point.
Yeah, just continuing to buy time, let the Arc Warden farm up. It's cool to see the Arc Warden in this game, in fact, because I think one of the big things that China kind of gets criticized for as being Chinese teams in general is that they're a little bit slow to adapt and a little bit slow to kind of pick up some of the new meta things that get added in, but Ori looking pretty comfortable on the Arc Warden.
I believe KP is dead. They have Static Storm. This is going to be a glimpse back into a Kinetic Field Static Storm combination. They don't need to commit Ravage. Good effort from KP, but that is just level 6 on Disruptor coming out with an Invis Tidehunter. More than enough for an easy kill in that top lane. Easy.
Yep, and they get some more vision down too. And they keep this area of the map controlled since they know that Newbee are going to be trying to play up here at least a little bit. SCCC has just picked up a drum. Lots of little items. Like I was saying, also going to be grabbing kind of initiation out of here.
Kaka is in trouble. Anchor Smash. That 80 gush damage with the level 10 talent from Young 11 destroys that poor Enchantress. She just gets shredded. Woo! Anyway.
I'm just imagining the Tide also getting an Ags at some point this game, and then just thinking, like, what do you do?
Oh my god. That's not even fair.
How do you even push? Like, what can you do?
I don't think you can. SCCC with Elder Dragon form. That's about it. And even then, he is going to try to finish off this tier 1 tower. Tide continues to sit here. Young 11 just walking up and anchor smashing him. Hello. Get out of my lane. See ya. And
I'm kind of surprised that Newbee didn't just like take the Tidehunter first in this draft. Because I don't think it was. I think it's like in terms of looking at the pool, Tidehunter was just so strong. And like we were saying, the other offlane options are so much worse. There's a huge power gap between like Tide and then having a Clockwork or Enchantress as your offlaner.
Or a Wind Ranger for that matter.
Yeah.
Although she's doing a good job pushing top, KP's doing an excellent job in getting this tier 2 tower. He actually might get it. Glyph is available in 6. Warrior will TP in. There's the Flux Spark Wraith, but he is pretty speedy. And KP won't be able to get chased down, I think, because of the wind run. Although they'll keep dropping Spark Wraiths. They need another hero here. Lanham maybe can get a stomp off. He's going to see him in a moment. And good Shackle, actually. And another wind run from KP. So almost getting the stomp. Had he not ran straight into KP, that's probably a kill. But he will make it out. KP very mobile with the wind run. only on a 12-second cooldown, and he's actually doing okay.
Trouble bottom.
Uh-oh.
Caught in the static storm kinetic field.
One
Just
more
getting
auto
chopped
attack.
down.
There it is. It's the Thunder Strike that'll do it. And there it is again, my friend. It's the positioning from a Disruptor. Glimpse Static Storm so good this game. Now mid. There's going to be the Stomp coming out. They have the Earth Splitter. Good disruption save. Might keep him alive. There's the Ravage dropped on top. They can't even get the tower. The Glyph came out as well. Now the Shadow Poison Fate's getting chased down. Paparazzi, he has almost enough money for a Blink Dagger, but he doesn't have one yet. And in fact, he's going Blade Mail as well. He pops the skeletons down. It's spooky skeleton time as they push into the tier 1 tower. Lanham on the other side, looking for Kaka. Stomp is just avoided. Lanham's just trying to push them back as quickly as possible. In the meantime, Ori continues to farm top, and Vici are the ones pushing now all of a sudden, Cameron.
Well, why not? They're winning. They're winning by quite a bit.
True.
Newbee only have 2 kills to their name. Kaka did his best to rotate around in the early stages, but Newbee now seem to be like trying to just figuring out desperately if they can kind of pivot their lineup. Because there's no, they know at this point that I don't think there's any way that they can snowball this game to a win. Like taking the tier 1s, grouping up. If they group up, they're gonna die to this AoE meat grinder that is Vici Gaming's lineup.
Yeah.
So they're buying a Midas on the Enchantress. SCCC was kind of flip-flopping back and forth between do I get the Shadow Blade, do I get DKB? He's got them both queued up right now, but I think he will just end up going for the Shadow Blade, and Newbee are going to try and move this into some kind of split push, pick off kind of centric game. I don't know if that's going to be successful. I get the feeling that Vici, another couple of minutes, another couple of items might just be running at them.
Arc Warden was born in the split push, molded by it even. Listen, if you do not push against this hero, or rather, you can, but Ori is just farming away. He's got his Maelstrom ready to go. He's got his Midas. It's going to kick back in 15 seconds. And he is actually second in net worth to Paparazzi, who's been involved in getting a few kills here and there. But it looks like there's a smoke. The Dire Scan will be successful. Spark Wraith will hit onto KP. Ori's Tempest Double is going to break it. And yeah, they'll lose the Tempest Double, but he will drop the Magnetic Field. And another Spark Wraith to follow. And even the Tempest Double is hard to bring down. Then the Hellbear Smasher gets Midas up. And whatever initiation they were trying to go for Newbee gets scouted out immediately. This is before the Boots of Travel are done for Ori, and he could have just TP'd bottom and split pushed in that meantime. But that's not great. Not great for Newbee right there.
No, like you're saying, this Arc Warden, he's a pretty big guy.
For you.
It's it's pretty hard for them to do anything against him at this stage. Newbee, like I said, they're trying to find pickoffs. They're trying to make some space. Kaka just...
I think he's dead. Wow. Goodbye. It's been nice knowing you. Level 4 Spark Wraith and level 4 Flux without Tempest Double, more than enough damage. And, oh yeah, Astral, or rather Natural Order, excuse me, is pretty good too.
Yeah, some minus magic resistance on a stick. Pretty scary. And Vici, yeah, just doing their own thing. Paparazzi, we were a little bit worried about his position in this game somewhat earlier, but his team has made all of this space, so he's going to have his Radiance in just a second. He gets like Radiance, Blade Mail, Blink. At that point, he is more than ready to take some fights. And this Shadow Demon that Newbee first overall picked has not really looked all that impressive. I think he is probably quite a good support this patch. I think he's better now than he has been in some patches previous. But
all right, Young 11. He has Ravage, by the way. His team's not here. They might be able to get the skill. Actually, they should be able to. Anchor Smash coming out. He is very tanky. He has Pipe ready. He'll probably use it here. He's backstroking. Yeah, the Shackle Shot will finally hit, but like you mentioned, they're not doing any damage with KP. Finally, Lanham's here, and KP's like, we need to run. In the meantime, they're split pushing bottom with Paparazzi. The Astral will come through. Young 11's trying to get off this Ravage. Here's the Earth Splitter. I think they're going to use it here. Although a good Shackle, maybe not. SCCC might be able to get out because of it. They have Gush. Ravage still available. The Spark Wraith. Young 11, he's going to pop it. There it is. It hits onto 2. They even drop with the Solar Crest. A double kill. Rather, 2 kills. Young 11 gets the mega kill spree. Or he finally makes his way all the way over. That fight lasted pretty much a minute. And when you have no damage to do to a Tidehunter, that's kind of the result that you should expect. And Vici Gaming will now take a 10k net worth lead at 19 minutes into this game.
I'd like to retract my earlier statement. Is in fact Tide that is the big guy here. He's completely unkillable. KP was hitting him a little bit with his regular auto attacks, and then he turned on the focus fire and got the damage reduction and just started doing 0 damage.
Faith will survive, luckily enough, as the Static Storm combination came out. Now Mugi running over to Roshan. How low is this? Solar crested up. It's not dead yet. And that power shot will come through. Here come the creeps, baby. The shockwave comes out. Radiant, they actually got the Roche kill. Obviously, the Aegis will go to Vici, but that is still pretty good. Now they might lose Mugi, though, which is the problem. Mask of Madness, he's going to call down for now. He is going to get dropped. Young 11 still doesn't have Ravage. He just used it, but Faith is dead anyway. They're going to bring him down. 2 easy kills. Yes, the Radiant got Roshan. Yes, that's a nice little play, but again, Ori still gets the Aegis, and they can start pushing into this tier 2 tower now. In fact, look at Lanham. He's going to go for the stomp. It will be dodged swiftly by KP. He uses the wind run to get himself away from any trouble. Young 11 still has level 3 Gush at the ready, looking for SCC, pushing him back up to the high ground. And 80 Gush damage from that talent is pretty strong, too. But in the meantime, the tier 2 tower will fall, and there's really nothing Newbee can do at this point. And they can just sit and watch their base get destroyed by this push coming from Vici. Woo.
Seems like just another case of Vici getting a better grip on the lanes, kind of getting this fairly defensive playstyle. Again, I think this game they sort of had, well, I guess in the previous game it wasn't really about inevitability, but this game they definitely have this sense of inevitability where Newbee are on the clock. That timing window is probably already long closed for them to really get super far ahead, and Vici at this point should now be able to take a tier 3, take all the tier 2s, take a tier 3, take the shrines, all your standard countdown to winning the game kind of things.
So let me ask you though, because it feels like Vici have this big team fight potential. Do they have that for Newbee? Because I feel like that's what they need in order to get back into the game. Something like a big ultimate to come through and destroy everybody. It doesn't feel like that exists for Newbee, or at least not in the same way that it does for Vici here.
I don't think it does. Even in the ideal situation where they get like the perfect 2-man shackle or something on those lines, the counter initiation from Vici is just way too good.
Yeah.
You know, Lamb's always going to be. Look at him right now. He's hiding in the trees. If anybody gets gone on, he's ready to just throw out a spirit, stomp, split the fight up with the Earth Splitter. The same can kind of be said for Fenrir. He's got his Aether Lens now, so he can actually hang a long way back and still split a fight really nicely with a Static Storm kinetic field. So I don't think that same potential is really there for Newbee. Even if Vici all stand like 5-man on top of each other, I'm not sure if Newbee win the fight.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. You're absolutely right about that. And this is an Elder Titan done right. We've seen so many Elder Titans fail, not only in this tournament, but even in the Dota Pit Minor as well. A lot of it was played in the offlane, but Lanham on this Elder Titan has done an excellent job. Of course, Young 11's getting a lot of room to work with on his Tidehunter. And here we go. There's really no threat from Newbee like you talked about. Young 11 is backstroking in. We've already seen they can't do really any damage to this Tidehunter. He's going to get the Mjolnir Static Shield. He's trying to bait out at least some sort of fight here. Shackle will come out. Demonic Purge is there. The Call-Down will fall. He is still so damn tanky, and he continues to backstroke. And SCC is getting blown up by the Tempest Double. He won't fall. They have the Glimpse. They can't get it off in time, I don't believe. Young 11 still has the Ravage. They're pushing them all the way back. Now the Ravage will hit onto 2. The Anchor Smash. SCC in the well pops the BKB, but it's too little too late. GG is called, and Vici Gaming with a dominant 2-game series over Newbee. They look so good in this series. Vici Gaming look absolutely unstoppable here in Captain's Draft, Cameron.
Yeah, that's oh my god, they got 2 kills the whole game. I came into the start of this series, I was like, oh, Vici, they looked a little bit shaky in DPL, didn't beat LFY, didn't beat Vici, Vici J Thunder, and Vici just, they laughed it off. They're like, yeah, we lost those games, no big deal. And here, I guess where it really matters, they showed up big time.
Yeah, they
so
really
straight
did.
through the grand finals for them.
Yeah.